The Rap Roundtable.
On a rainy night in New York City, episode 35 of the Rap Roundtable is here. You know, it's been an active October. This episode will come to you in November, but October was very active for the Rap Roundtable. Let's get right into the introductions. To my right, Sincere the Rap Snob.
What up, what up?
Deanie the Balance.
Know the vibes.
And tonight we have a very, very, very special guest, Passport Rav. Welcome to the Rap Roundtable family.
Yes, what it sound like. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What's the vibes?
You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever there's podcast activity, Google Play, wherever there's podcasts, you can find the Rap Roundtable. Let's get right into it. It's a pleasure to have you, fam. You know, Deanie put me on, said that you were someone we needed to tap into, and he did. And once again, Deanie, you win. You know,
I'm here, man.
The bars are there. We got to see you perform a couple weekends ago. Fire, intimate setting. I love what I heard. So usually when we start these interviews, we try to, you know, find out what's going on with you currently. So 2021, what's the year been like for you professionally as an artist? Is this your strongest year? How do you feel currently?
I feel amazing, yo. A lot of dreams coming true.
Okay.
Been working hard at this for a minute. Put out a lot of projects because of the pandemic, you know, having us on lockdown. That just had me charged up and just, you know, was prepared because, you know, I record myself a lot. I make beats, you know what I mean? And, you know, and shout out to all the producers that's rocking with me. But most recent is the Travel Band Deluxe, and Sand in My Carry-On is my most recent album.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Seth Bash, Legend, Wavy to God, you know what I mean? Great album.
Shout out to Wavy to God. There's a project that dropped today that he's on and it's fire. Shout out to Roman Rand. That tape is something immaculate.
That's a fact.
It's a great time.
I have one more question for you before I get out the way. When I listen to you perform, I mentioned it to you after you got off the stage, but I want our listeners to get familiar with it. You're rapping. It seemed like every few bars you were switching your flow or switching your cadence. Is that something you deliberately do? Like, is that your style? Is that what Passport Rav is about? Or you just, depending on how you feel, what the beat tells you to do, that's what you do?
That's exactly it.
Okay.
Yeah, that beat. It's the beat, man. It's just like, I love music. And, you know, the music is what inspires me to flow.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Respect the beat. Respect what the vibe is supposed to be. And
right.
Yeah, you know, I really just do what the beat tells me to do.
Yeah.
I love to hear it. I was pleasantly surprised. Like every time I thought I was catching it, you switched it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Your toes.
I'm gonna get out the way though.
Yo, so you said you've been doing this for a while. Like, elaborate on that. Like, how long you been at this?
Since like 2011 Crash Mansion, Amanda Seals and Rockweiler showcases. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, coming to the city, commuting from New York. And it's crazy because, you know, even just like last night, Static Selector shouted me out and announced that I'm performing on Sunday at the Halloween show. And like
wavy.
Plug.
Around that time, 2011, 2012, I was commuting from Jersey, you know, with a day job the next morning, commuting to go to Static's event just to get a picture, waiting this long ass line to get a picture and just like keep it moving type shit, you know? And it's like, it's crazy. It's really crazy to see like the progression. Yeah, I love New York. I love really being here. I love like, I moved here. I've been here for 7 years.
Okay.
And,
Where are you from originally?
Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right across the way. All right.
Yeah. Jersey
Cool.
/ Brooklyn thing.
That's
What I like to hear. Brooklyn. That's all I heard, you know.
Yeah,
That's the only Brooklyn guy at the table.
Brooklyn been great to me. New York, just overall, New York been great to me. I knew I belonged here. I knew that, you know, all my life I kind of was just like, I belong in New York. Like, I was supposed to be here.
Facts.
So finally was able to, you know, get a situation where I could live out here. And, yeah, it's definitely been great to my career.
Uptown, you hear that? Brooklyn.
Everywhere, yep.
All right. So was there a moment? Was there, like, I always like to ask, is there like an aha moment when, you know, you start doing it, and then at some point you're like, oh, chill, like I'm really nice at this, like I'm that guy, like.
A few times, but I guess the most prominent situation was LL Cool J. It's just like when a legend like that tells me that I'm nice and like,
Okay,
you know, he's like,
ooh, tell us more about that.
So, my biggest single to date is called Malcolm on Twitter, and basically how that came about was meeting LL at an art event, just random art event in Brooklyn it was like a Wednesday night, most random night. I almost didn't go out that night too, which was the wild part. Like,
Tell that man about
almost
going
didn't
places,
go
bro.
out. Almost didn't go out. Went dolo, showed up, shaking hands. Man, LL Cool J is like the biggest person in the room. He's taller than he's taller and bigger than me type shit.
Word? He's tall?
Yeah.
Oh, tall?
He's tall. He's like 6'5", you know what I mean? I'm 6'3". LL's like
Jeez.
6'5" and like definitely like
That explains a lot.
He's huge.
Okay.
He's
I
huge.
never thought he'd be that tall, bro.
So like he's the tallest person in the room, and we both have the same government name. My name is Todd Smith. Okay. So
That's wild.
that's kind of like what started the conversation. He's just like, all right, cool. And I really just had a conversation with him about like hip hop and just like the industry in general. And eventually he got privy to my music. And then once I sent him Malcolm on Twitter, he was just like, I'm putting this on the radio.
Okay.
And that was like really what like Rock the Bells radio really like
That got the ball rolling.
sparked like like my first real rap check, honestly. My first real rap money was from Rock the Bells radio and Sirius XM. So that's when I was just like, damn, like this is crazy. Like this isn't like my big cousin, you know what I mean?
Right,
who put me on. This is like a legend who like came across me and really said that I'm nice and like has randomly been in interviews and mentioned my names, and I'm just like, that's insane to me,
One of the
like,
goats, really.
Yeah,
You know what
really,
I'm
one
saying?
of the
Yeah.
goats for sure.
Trendsetter.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So first off, I just want to say thank you for just saying that sometimes you just got to go out even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Because you might miss opportunity. I be trying to drag my brothers out. You know what I'm saying? We probably missed a few ways, but we going to make up for everything we missed.
Yo, how you on the pod just throwing us under the bus?
I'm not throwing down the bus. I'm throwing down the bus. Just saying.
Probably pissed a few ways.
Nah. Opportunities present themselves. That's why I respect what you just said.
Copy.
My introduction to you. My introduction to you was Circadian Rhythm. That was the first record I heard from you. I heard it on IG. It was early 2020, I think, or was it mid 2020? I can't remember exactly, but I just remember hearing the song was like, woo, this kid's different. And I remember sending it to Sin.
Yeah.
Because Sin's the
the
rap
rap
connoisseur.
snob. Say what it is. The rap
man.
snob.
The rap snob.
Call me by my name.
He's our rap savant here, so we look to him, especially when it's in times of the golden era where it's about, real bars and real beats and, just the the meat of the game, you know what I'm saying? I had to
You
come on, man.
uptown niggas.
You know the vibes. You know the vibes, man. You know what it is, bro. South niggas. All right. But yeah, and just the way you attack the track, the way you the verbal visionary shit I was getting from that was just immense, bro. Black boy hit with assault charge, you know what I'm saying? Playing dodgeball. Pigs
Facts.
pull you over, go tell them gargle with hogwash.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Just the way it was delivered. I love a good MC, man. I respect a good MC. Where'd you get that from? That's a gift in and of itself. Where's that from?
What, MCing or circadian rhythm?
More of the MCing that gave us circadian rhythm, if that makes any sense to you.
I just wanted to be nice, you know. Like I grew up with asshole friends that would that wouldn't care. Like if I
They're
spent
very
hours
important.
on a track, I'd be in the room like, no, this is my best song I ever made, and they come in here and be like, it's alright, and I'd just be like, you know what I mean? And like
Consummate
that
professionals.
realness, that real feedback, and just that desire to be nice. I just wanted to be good. I grown up in Jersey with just like a lot of amazing MCs who were just like,
That's a fact.
and not to say, I found my own niche where it's just like, I feel like I'm kind of combining everything I've experienced, whether it just be like straight lyrical bars or just some hard shit or some story shit. It's just like really combining it into my own style. And but still having that desire to just impress, like I don't want to be average.
I mean, that's the essence of it. As a rapper specifically, like you want to be able to control a room with your bars, because with rap, like when you're trash, they gonna get you up out of there.
That's a fact.
So it's like that pressure, especially when you have asshole friends, as you mentioned, they'll laugh you out of the room. Your shit is whack, bro. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you don't want to rap no more. So
No yes man.
I could understand. Yo, listen, that's a key component. You know what I mean?
Yes, man.
Bullshit free zone. While I watch you perform, I noticed, that you are a fellow West Indian. You know what I mean? Yard man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much of that culture inspires the musicality that you bring to the table?
Well, I mean, I was introduced to hip hop from I'd say my dad, my Jamaican dad and brothers. My dad he would like sub in for Jerry Wonder with the Fugees in Jersey. So like he brought me to the Fugees crib when I was like 13. So that was like my first inspiration, you know what I mean? And like the Caribbean kind of connection. And he's the one who really had the studio and all this equipment and stuff that like I just didn't understand. I just know I was fascinated by it. But and then my other brother, you know what I mean, my brother who put me on the Helter Skelter.
Oh, really, talk about it.
It was just like, from there, it was just on, you know? Like, I remember seeing my first vinyl, the John Blaze Fat Joe vinyl, you know what I mean? Like, that was the first beat I ever rapped to in my life. And, yeah, so, you know, the whole West Indian hip-hop connection thing, you know, I think as far as my performance also, it's like, I feel like I get that from that because, like sound clashes. When you see them go up there, it's like they're not playing, they're performing. They're
controlling the stage.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, like it's no lazy shit. And even my music's more laid back, but when I'm on the stage, it's just like I turn up, you know, like I bring, you know, so it comes from that for sure.
Absolutely.
You know.
That's what's up.
The themes. The themes of the album. All surrounded by your name, obviously, you know. Dual citizenship. Standing my carry on.
Yup, travel man. Yep.
So are you a heavy traveler?
Yeah. I got my name passport from the 20th stamp.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's
solid
real.
bar.
That's real. You know, I love traveling. I traveled the most out of anyone in my family, and shit, probably more than anyone I know for real. And,
where do you think the places you go inspire you to make the best tunes, you think?
Honestly, I could be on a train just going to Manhattan and that would inspire me. Just moving and just seeing movement and being somewhere and going somewhere always inspires me to write. And it kind of forces me to do something with me. It's either I'm reading or I'm writing. Because when I'm in the crib, I just feel like I'm surrounded by equipment and just like toys for me to just, let me make a beat. I'm gonna make this beat and do this. I mean, but like when I'm on the train, it's like all I have is a beat and, you know what I mean, my phone to write. So being on a plane, being on a long ass layover or on a train, like that's when I really write my best work, you know. So that's also a part of the name too, you know, like traveling, the whole passport thing.
Yeah,
that's dope.
You said earlier you were at an art show, and I feel like listening to your music and the references that you make, like it speaks to that. Like you're like it feels cultured. It feels like like you grab inspirations from a lot of different places. Is there like a particular piece of art or like an album or an artist or anything that like you go to you know get some inspiration? Like you just said like you could be inspired anywhere, but like let's say you have a block. Like do you have like a go-to like artist or
that thing that just takes you there?
Yeah.
Nah, nothing go-to. Not really. It's just random things. And sometimes I'm like, I need some sort of routine or something, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm just like, it's really spiritual. It just really kind of just comes out of nowhere. And, you know, like, I have my favorites, you know, my favorite producers, my favorite rappers and all of that. But, like, at the end of the day, it just kind of comes out of nowhere, to be real.
Okay.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I noticed you said earlier that you record yourself as well, which means that you are in tune with every facet of your creativity.
Yeah.
Was that out of necessity? Did you have like bad experiences with engineers, or you just like that? Like, this is what I do. I want to control whatever comes out of the Passport Rav brand.
You said it right, man. Necessity. Because I feel like I was always slept on. When I lived in Jersey, I was slept on.
Okay.
You know, niggas in Jersey don't fuck with me like that. And, you know, and producers wasn't giving me beats. You know, directors was not chopping my videos the way I want, and just on every aspect. That's why I was just like, I'm just kind of a no excuse kind of person. Like, you know, I started making my own beats, learn to record myself, you know, and I still like recording with other people. Don't get me wrong, but like I love freedom and control, and you know what I mean. I think astrology is real. I'm a Capricorn, and I feel like we like to be in control.
See, that makes sense. They call me a control freak. I'm a Capricorn too, so now I understand.
I get it. Capricorn, it's like if you're not gonna do it right, I'll just figure it out and do it myself. I'm
applaud
very
this man.
I always figure it out. And even shooting videos like Salt to the Earth video that just came out. Like shout out to Ed MC. He's from the Bronx too, a photographer from the Bronx that he shot it, but I edited it myself. You know what I mean? Like, so all my equipment, I bought my own cameras, bought a Ronin, shoot my own videos now because it's just like
take it into your own hands. Man.
Yeah, man. I don't like waiting. I hate spending money with someone who's not invested in me.
Yeah,
bro, it's like I'm talking to myself right now.
Man.
You know, I'll hire somebody and I'll pay them their rate, and they'll still just
give me some bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, and I understand.
We've been there.
If they're not invested truly in what you're doing and they're just doing it for money, then it's just like, okay, you're just gonna give me the bare minimum. But it's like I'm passionate. I'm not doing this for no reason. You know, I do this because I'm passionate. So it's like I'm only gonna rock with people that's passionate like me.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
So my follow-up question would be to you. You love rapping, but do you love the rapping more than the work, or do you love the work more than the rapping?
You said the work. You mean like the industry, like the
work, controlling your brand, shooting yourself, doing all of these things.
Oh, the work is. Nah, I don't like the work.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The gruel, the hard part. You know, a lot of as I'm picking up traction, you know, artists that want to collab with me and producers that want to work with me, all these people, let's collab. I'm just like, listen, fam, like, this music thing is great, it's beautiful, it's spiritual, it's all of that. But like, when we talking business and we talking putting in this work, it's not fun.
It's not.
You know what I mean? It's lonely. It's lonely. I left plenty relationships. I left plenty friends, family. No excuse. I moved to New York solo. I go to events. I be solo a lot of times. You know what I mean? And people not ready to experience that. They just want to make beats and make raps. And I want to collab. Let's collab. And I'm like, fam, build some shit. You know, put in the work. Because the work part is not fun for, you know, for people like me. You know, it's like every connection, anything I've got, everything I've achieved is literally from the gruel. And
you earn that shit.
Yeah, earning it, you know.
I respect that, bro.
Yeah. And I love music. That's really like, you better love this if you're gonna do it.
Absolutely.
Especially being an independent artist, even a major artist, you know what I mean? Like, you see these majors talk about they not getting paid for music, man. It's just like, hey, it's you better love it.
You gotta love it. That's a fact. You talked about being slept on, right? New Jersey cats not fucking with you.
No.
So now, like, we're rap fans first before anything else. I'll ask you this. You could tell me how you really feel. Do you think your subject matter is part of why people sleep on you because you're not out here spinning the block and shooting the ops?
Yeah, for sure. I think, violence and negativity is more appealing, for sure. And I get that. I'm starting to understand
Sadly.
that. And I find ways to just, I don't consider myself like a conscious, straight up, all the way conscious rapper. It's like somewhere in between where I like sprinkle little nuggets of knowledge in there and I say ratchet shit too. And like, you know, it's just like, I'm somewhere in between.
Yeah, good balance of everything.
Yeah, it's a good balance or whatever.
Ratchet.
Yeah, exactly. Conscious ratchetness. I mean,
that's a new tier.
Yeah. But all sorts of reasons. But it's just you gotta ignore it. You just gotta keep your head down, keep going. Okay. You know, because I've definitely I see, you know, and I feel like a lot of people feel slept on, even the ones who's like far in their career. It's like you should have something to prove at the end of the day, right? Like that's what motivates you to be nice, right? Even if it's just like, not for nothing, I feel like I keep hearing this Russ song and he's like spitting, he's just like going in, and it's like this dope ass beat. I can't remember who else is on it. And I'm just like, and he's rich already, you know, and he's a successful independent rapper. And I hear it. It's like he's proving that he has bars. Nice. He's not just saying, I'm just like a white boy that's just like them. He's like, I got bars I can make. I got passion too, you know, and it's just like, that's dope. I appreciate whether you're rich, whether you're up and coming, you know what I mean, whatever. It's just like, you still have something to prove. If you don't have something to prove, then what the fuck are you doing it for? You know what I mean?
Relatable. Yeah. I feel the same way in this pod space. It's like, yo, Like, I think we the best pod, and I'm gonna keep trying to deliver each episode. Fuck these niggas. I just create static. I create static in my head just to do this shit sometimes, bro. I be here saying, like, I feel away, son. Let's go cook, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Delivering.
You know what I mean?
Yo, expand a little bit about, what, like, your thoughts on the current rap landscape, and where you fit in it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a lot of generic. It's a lot of
Talk
generic.
about it.
It's just a lot of shit that sound the same.
Hit with it.
Most shit rappers sound the same, such a formation. You know what I mean? It's like, even in the underground, like, boom bap, hip hop world or whatever, it's just
see
like,
the air quotes?
it's a
I
lot
like
of,
that.
Whatever we're calling this new age.
Exactly.
It's like a lot of the same thing, and I'm just like, was everybody really a gangster kingpin?
Gangster coke dealing kingpin. Yes.
Is everybody really living like, what do you really feel? Are you just rapping that because that's what's cool and that's what, DJs will play, or that's what's like appealing to the ear or whatever right now, or like, what do you really, what's your opinion? I think that's where I come in. I'm making good music, and I believe in good music. I don't want my shit to be boring or just like, again, too conscious, too preachy. Like, I definitely don't want that, but I'm myself, and it's just like my individualism is what I'm bringing. I'm not scared to just be myself. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Favorite rapper? Who was the person that, before you became a known artist yourself, that I need to hear this project from this artist, this guy inspires me, I'm trying to sharpen my Ginsu to get better than this guy or girl? It could be whatever, you know what I mean? It's 2021, we gotta be fair.
Like, you talking back in the day, or you talking like as an adult?
In general, who's the favorite and who's the inspiration?
So the first rap I ever wrote was AZ verse on affirmative action. That was like the first. That was like the first verse where I was just like,
That's a good verse.
And the first
Great
beat
verse.
where I was just like, what is this thing? Like, how are they doing this? Like, I didn't understand like samples and, you know what I mean, and like word pattern and flows and like all of that. So I'd say like that golden era, Nas, AZ, Jay-Z, DMX.
You were raised right. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then like as I got older, MF Doom, Sean Price, Freddie Gibbs, Kendrick Lamar, Joey Badass 1999 mixtape, stuff like that. Crazy. That just kind of like, it showed me. Even Kanye for sure, because I'm a producer too. I love producing just as much as I love rapping, and like he definitely, like, when I heard Through the Wire on Hot 97, it was just like, yo, this is somebody that's like being themselves, you know what I mean, producing and rapping, and it's just like, it just kind of showed me like, oh, I could really do both. I don't have to just pick one or try to be some fake gangster rapper and shit. It's just like I could just be myself.
Right. It sounds like you resent that shit just a little bit. The semi faux gangster rapper.
For me growing up, it was like, I don't know, you got clowned on if you were faking it, man. It's just like,
that's a fact.
Like, where I come from in Jersey, it wasn't about race or anything. It was just like, if you're about this life, if you're really like banging or like whatever it is, if you're into stealing cars, if you're into sports, if you're into hip hop, it's just like, be real with it. Just be about that life.
And it was card checkers back in the days. People would have pulled your card a lot more back then.
The internet makes front and safe.
I remember like even one time just like being in high school and freestyling with my friends and like rapping about dro, and like one of my friends checking me like, nigga, you ain't never smoked dro before. Just like, you couldn't even like,
one of those asshole friends.
Let me imagine,
Like,
bro.
yeah, it's just like, I don't know.
Like, how you know, nigga? I smoked yesterday.
But, yeah, just be yourself. Just be yourself. And I'm not mad at that. Like, and if that's what it is, then just be good. Be good at it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hone the craft. Because I'm a fan too. It's just, I'm really a fan. Like, I really like, I love
this shit.
I love,
you love
like,
the sport.
I want to make money too, and I want to survive and thrive and be rich too. But I'm really a fan of music.
Okay.
And hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to like go back a little bit to like you being a fan of Kanye West. Did he ever disappoint you?
Of course, of course. I miss the old
This
Kanye.
nigga right here, y'all.
I definitely miss the old
Wow,
Kanye.
bro. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to know.
Yo,
like,
what's up
if
with
it-
you,
I don't
bro?
even know
What you
what
mean?
Like, what's up with you?
Wow, bro, that's Preston Jarvie.
Like, come on, son.
Wow, bro. That's crazy.
I was just
bro.
curious, man. Like as a fan,
Has he disappointed you?
As a fan of the man, like you know what I mean, like the Trump shit and all that.
Yeah,
extra
left
shit,
field Kanye slander?
Yeah, just a little bit.
All
Yeah,
right.
we can go back to our
Damn
regular.
it,
Well,
schedule
the
for
Trump
a minute.
shit, if we're going to get political, he said he did that to get closer to him and to get all them people out of jail
Right.
afterwards. So if that is the
All right,
case,
if that is the case, then, all right.
I'm not mad
I mean,
at
it worked.
I read the book, The Spook Who Sat Next to the Door. I don't know if y'all know about that book / movie. But
Nah, should I tap in?
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not an avid reader like that. I've read some books, but Spook Who Sat Next to the Door is very important for black people. And knowing how to get next to the supremacists and get the benefits out of it. You know what I mean? That's really basically what that concept is.
A lot of
from the
people are
60s,
uncomfortable
and
with-
they don't understand that.
Best
Yeah.
believe Trump got something out of standing next to Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Kanye got to get something out of standing next to Trump.
A lot of people are not comfortable with the fact that you got to sometimes sit down with the enemy to do business. You know what I mean?
And play chess.
Right.
It's it's like whatever, have an agenda behind it besides clout. Besides just getting clout. And a picture.
that's real.
Like have an agenda.
Cloud is a hell of a drug. So Dini, bro, you put us on the Passport Rav. You rhyme a little bit. You do your thing. Like, if there was one thing about him that stood out to you when it comes to him, what was it? Like, what made you be like, yo, I fuck with this thing? Let me tell the team about him.
The technicality, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like the Marvel references had me hitting a lot of Marvel references. You know what I'm saying? Like I could tell. Like first of all, I could tell as the good brother rolls a good spliff right now. You know what I'm saying? I could tell this kid smokes weed, bro. You know what I'm saying? to make this kind of music, you gotta be kind of out there in there at the same time with it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a deeper mind. So somebody just sees it a little differently. But it was definitely the technicality, man. Like I said, circadian rhythm. Just technically, it was just crazy, bro. It's funny because it was that Trump line was in that record. You know what I'm saying? Who I'm gonna vote for, you silly rabbit.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it just brings you
I was
back.
actually
like,
talking about Biden, but yeah. they all
my
devils.
fault. You're
Yeah.
right. Who I'm gonna vote for?
Joe Biden
Yeah, that's
push
my
up
shit
for
though.
3 strikes. Who I'm gonna vote for?
You silly rabbit.
So that made you go down the
Looking at
rabbit
police.
hole. Let me see what else this nigga got. This nigga's nice.
That's what started me. It's
Okay.
crazy because while later on we'll get into it, but we were standing outside the spot, and I was like, "Yo, dude looks wild familiar." You know what I'm saying? Because I just remember the, you know what I'm saying, the Silhouette brother. And I said, hold on, I think that's dude that made that record. So I ran up on you at the spot, you know what I'm saying, at the
Roman
recording.
Ransom joint, right?
That's
Yes.
a fact. And that's when I was like, yo, circadian rhythm. He was like, yeah, and that's when we chopped it up and everything. But that song was the one that really like that's really what it is, the technicality of it all.
That's what drew you.
Bro, like the way it wasn't just regular rap to me. You know what I'm saying? This is someone who sits down and really like raps this shit out. You know, like when I used to rap this shit out. So I dig a nigga that raps this shit out.
Copy.
Appreciate it, man.
Nah, well, you know, at this table we appreciate the rapidy rap, as some
We do.
motherfuckers call it.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? So I could appreciate that. To your records, you know, we like to ask artists when they come on the show if you have a personal favorite song, album, space you were in when you created particular moments. Like, is there one for you that stands out?
Right now, Sanding My Carry On is my baby. Like
Okay.
that's definitely my best work, and I'm feeling the love from it. And the song on there that I feel like I'm just still fascinated by is Don't Get Lost in the Algorithm. It's like one of
That's
the last
gospel.
songs on the joints, Don't Get Lost in the Algorithm. It's like that reminder about the algorithm and just like the system in place without even getting too deep into it. But, you know, and just the music and just like how I felt at that moment, like that's really my space. And like, I mean, the concept.
I love it, man. Like I'm telling you, B, like in this current climate, we've kind of watched the pandemic kind of force the bullshit to the side. So to hear all these spitters where people are like seeking out content, we're excited because it's like we want bars. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong.
Something to talk about,
right?
Like something, you know.
Like I enjoy the bullshit. I'm not gonna front like I only listen to boom bap. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy the trap. I enjoy the fucking drill and the grime music
Flavors.
But at the end of the day, my introduction to rap was bars. So like to see artists like yourself, artists like Rome, artists like Ram, Griselda, where they at right now, doing it off the back of rapping. That's exciting for me.
We're going back almost.
The Great Reset. I've been waiting on it for a long time, bro. I think I talked about this back in like 2015. I said there's gonna be a reset in rap at some point. And you know, the pandemic is completely negative. But if there's a positive, it is this reset where people are seeking out content. Do you like this competition? Are you excited to see like these niggas is rapping? I want to get in on this action.
Yeah, I love it. And, you know, like, I feel like I still bring something different to the table. And if me, like, I don't know, in the way my brain works, I wouldn't do it if I didn't feel like I brought something different to the table.
Right.
Because I don't want to be in a room just sounding and looking like everybody and get on the stage and rap to the same type of beats, rap the same type of content. Like, nah, I just want to be, even if it's slightly different, you know, it's just like that's you bringing something to the table.
I like that.
I love it. And again, I'm a fan too. So it's just like I'm listening, I'm peeping people's albums out. And it's a lot of great artists out here right now.
You know, how do you feel about Q-Tip? Because I will say, I could be wrong, but I get a lot of abstract energy from you.
Oh, okay. That was a random question.
Is Q-Tip someone that you've tapped into, or is it just so happenstance?
So it's funny, like later in life, yes. Like at the time, like in the 90s, nah. I don't think, like, I was too young.
Too young, yeah.
Yeah, I was too young. You know what I mean? I knew I liked some of the beats and like the jazz influence and whatnot. And I'll be like, yeah, that's dope or whatever. But when I got older, I was just like, then I really discovered like the importance of Q-Tip and Tribe, you know what I mean? And like the importance of their music and like that music is like coming back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is. It's just like timeless. And then being a rapper producer also, it's just like, I get it, you know what I mean?
What do you listen to if it's not rap?
You said if it's not rap?
If it's not rap, yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't listen to a lot of rap. I don't listen. I listen to a lot. I mean, I guess I'm searching for samples also. I'm always like
digger.
I'm always digging and like, so like, classical music, jazz, and the Sentimental Mood is one of my favorite rap records ever. Just random, all sorts of random music.
See, that abstract energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we plan on doing an interview. We got you here. Would you mind sticking around for this episode? We got some topics we want to cover. You got some takes? You got some opinions?
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm around.
Let's cook.
Chill. What's coming up for you?
I'm performing at Brooklyn Monarch this Sunday, Halloween joint, with Static Selector, you know.
What time is that?
8 p.m. Yeah, it's a lot of people on the bill. You know, he said he's gonna throw me up there as a special guest and like, you know, the surprises out the bag for those watching. You know, pull up to Brooklyn Monarch.
Live on the Rap Roundtable.
It's gonna be live, you know what I mean? And more videos, just more work coming out for sure. And peep that Sand in My Carry-On album on all DSPs.
This man has the Mamba mentality. He's working, okay?
Yeah, got to.
Out here.
Got
you
to.
know,
I got some favorites on the album too, man.
We first got introduced to you at Quad Studios at the Rome Streetz listening session alongside Ransom, Coup de Grâce. The album was fire, y'all. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a beautiful album.
You know, I just wanted to flex a little bit. Like, we've been doing this podcast, we started like early 2019, January 2019 was the first episode.
And then it
feels like just yesterday.
And you know what? For me personally, you know, we tell a story all the time. Like, we was doing my old podcast that's on hiatus, a gray area. Tap in with that. It's a sports show.
Dope as fuck.
We did the episodes. Then I seen the Pusha T interview with Joe Budden, and I literally texted the group chat. I was like, yo, bro, we could do this shit, bro.
Damn sure can.
Because we did a few episodes, and I was like, yo, we really knocked this shit out the park. These guys never potted a day in their life, but they came to the studio, and we did like 3 or 4 episodes where it was just fire after fire after fire.
Vibe, man.
You know what I'm saying? So to see that, I always think about that text message conversation where you was like, oh, you really trying to do this shit. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm trying to do this shit.
Nah, so what had happened was you threw out the idea, and I was, you know, we was like, yeah, sounds dope. But then one day you just popped up and was like, all right, here's the session. Y'all coming through. We're going to start. And I was like, oh, so we going to do this.
Yeah.
A lot of
Absolutely.
people throw ideas into the world, man. But Job said, you know, we going to do
gonna
this.
execute
Well,
this
that's
shit.
the Capricorn in me to
I dig
reference
it.
Passport earlier. When Capricorn say we doing something, we doing that shit.
dig it.
January or December.
I'm a December Capricorn.
Static's a Capricorn too, man.
Oh, word? Well, see-
and LL's a Capricorn.
Yo,
Look at that.
a lot of powerful people in this space are Capricorns. Low key, we get shitted on a lot because we sociopaths a little bit. but when it comes to work, you want a Capricorn on your team. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So to do that,
Dead serious about our shit.
That's
man.
a fact.
Yeah, we say something.
That's a
we'll
fact.
do it.
You got to respect it.
you know what I'm saying? To do that, to put the work in, to just cold calling Coach and be shout out to Coach. We're gonna talk about Coach in a second.
Coach, what up, my
Just
nigga?
hitting them up like,
Love
yo,
you, bro.
we want to roll on a pod and building that relationship. You're linked with Coach going back to yesteryear.
Throwback.
And
Sound
who
new
knew?
shit.
Who knew?
We didn't know that
Who
shit.
knew,
You know what I'm
man?
saying?
Like I said, good energy. All my good energy people out there, maintain good energy,
That's
man.
a fact.
Life is short. You never know when you're going to bump into the love.
December 2020, we get Rome in the stew.
Beautiful.
Build a relationship from that to being in the spot
Dope interview, too.
around nice rappers, niggas who really do this shit.
Talent.
Invite only. Wasn't no randoms in the room.
No vibe.
If you
No
were there, you were
bullshit
supposed
vibes.
to be there. You know what I mean? Like I feel good because it's like sometimes you do shit and you work, you create, you build, and it's like, is it worth it?
Right.
Am I putting in the necessary time for shit to add up? That was one of those moments where it was like, yeah, bro, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put 2 years in, 2.5 years in with this shit, and it makes sense. This is the vision I had.
The culmination.
The culmination of like the idea of hanging out with my niggas talking about rap.
Could be a real concept
Could
of
be
doing some real
That
shit.
part, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it was for me. It was the work culminating into being in a space around people who also put in the work, who feel a little slighted, slept on.
Loving what you do and with the people you do it with. Ain't that
part,
crazy?
You know what I'm saying? A lot of some people, Judas, didn't believe. Didn't believe. I always believe. You know what I'm saying? That's really my shit. I
Oh,
believed in
man.
this shit from day one. I knew that we had something when we did those episodes. And to be in that space, be in that room, is like, what's the next room we gonna be in?
Yeah.
What's the next play? That's what it was for me. I don't know about you, Sin, but that's how I felt. I'm like, this work paid off a little bit.
Nah, for me, talking about a certain person, a certain
Judas.
ex-member. I don't want to get too deep into it, but the crux of it was there was just certain negative statements that were made, not just about himself, but like the collective, right? And it's one of those things where it's like when people feel a certain type of way about themselves and they project it up to everybody that's around them and that they're involved with. And so like when I would hear stuff like that, you know what I mean? You don't want that negative energy to creep in.
Facts.
But sometimes you can't help. Like if you have an off day or you tired or you're just like down, depressed, whatever, and certain thoughts start creeping in, like, yo, maybe he's right. And then, but you keep grinding it out, and then a moment like that night happens when we get this personal invite. And not only
The
that,
second one of the year, by the way.
and not only that, too, we wasn't there just to be there. We was there to work.
Yeah.
And we worked it out.
We worked it out.
We worked it out. And so, you know what I mean? To the homie, you know
Judas.
what
It is,
All
what,
right,
it is
man.
what it is.
I mean? To the homie, you still a
John puts on that
homie.
is
You still a
crazy.
homie, you know, but like we couldn't let that negative energy seep in, man. We couldn't do that any longer because like if we started believing what you believed, then we wouldn't have had the opportunity that we had.
Facts.
And we wouldn't have any more opportunities from there on forth.
We got some more
At
shit
that
coming
night,
your way.
Bro, and that night,
At the end of the day, you have to ask, like, yo, what are we doing this for? What do you come to the studio when you come to the studio for? What do you chop
Why
up the videos?
are you here?
When you make the beats, when you edit, when you record, just what are you doing this for? Like, what are you here for? You know what I'm saying? Is the question. And what we were there for that night to get that kind of vibe was crazy, bro. Because I'm like, bro, what are you here for? You not here for this?
yeah.
Is this not the part of the game what we trying to get to? You know what I'm saying? To be in them rooms?
Is this
Yeah,
not what
man.
success is all about, to quote Hope?
Like, sometimes that shit could That shit
And
can be
the thing-
bigger than you
yeah,
sometimes.
and the thing is,
Pause.
just trying to tell us that they not fucking with us when they're clearly fucking with us.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like,
Deanie, he's not your friend.
Yeah, I know.
Fam.
So-
I know.
But Coach, though, I remember
My
being in the
nigga.
room after listening to the tape, which is fire. I gotta keep repeating that, right? And he walked out the room. He was like, "Rap Roundtable, you got it." I was like, "Yeah." but in the moment, I'm
Coach
like,
a real nigga, man.
I didn't realize it was an alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Coach is a real nigga, bro.
It wasn't until I asked him a question as far as what was the competition level like. Then you asked the question,
Yeah.
and then it was like, "Oh shit."
It's us.
We know
It's
the niggas
us.
asking
We
questions.
driving this shit.
I'm
It's
looking
us.
around like it's only niggas with cameras. There's no one else. Where's the media at? You know what I'm saying?
It's
It
us.
wasn't like until a half hour after the fact that you brought other niggas in the room. Like this nigga gave us the full ISO. Shout out to Coach.
Shout out to Coach.
Coach
Piece of
Bombay,
Coach,
man.
Bombay. 3,000.
3K.
Rav, what was your connection to that space that night? Like, you know, again, it was invite only. So
Yeah.
who was your plug into that?
The Walkers, I mean, I fuck with all of them.
Copy.
Yeah,
Dope.
Wavy. I basically met Rome at Fool's Gold about 3 years ago, and he actually told me about Wavy, which ironically I started working with Wavy first. And then, just pulling up to the studio, Lincoln, and, his family.
Yeah,
Ain't it kind of
Dude.
dope to be like, yo, this nigga way be the God is fine. You sitting there like, yeah, I already know. I'm fucking with this nigga.
I mean, he was at my crib earlier. We was making beats all day today. Like, he's an actual friend now, and it's like
That's
we
beautiful.
give each other gems and just we both learning. He's teaching me stuff on the MP and like, I'll collab whichever way and like, nah, it's definitely fam. I'm on. He's dropping a project in November. I'm on that joint. I got an exclusive song on there.
Dope.
And
Just blending, just getting together, vibing, and just creating. You know what I'm saying?
and all off of skill. It's like
That's
off of
what it
talent.
is, yes.
It's not no.
And respect.
It's not no. You know what I mean? Like
It's not no, it was a
politics.
bullshit free, right?
It's like it's just
let me just say
talent.
this. Let me just say this because, like, you know what I mean? I've been a fan, not a fan. It's bigger than being a fan of this hip hop thing. Like it's in me. I love it. And I've seen like waves come and go. I've seen, different scenes, different, you know what I mean? The underground, quote unquote, the underground scene right now it's exciting. And the energy is palpable. Like you feel like what you just said is like, yo, like whether or not we quote unquote make it, it don't even matter. Like we just want to put out the dopest, hottest shit.
Material.
We want to say things that like the heads will be like, oh
Yeah.
shit. You hear what he just said? Like it's for the heads, for the people that really really love this shit.
Like us.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every now and then, you know what I mean? Somebody will break out of the underground and make it, and all love to that. We've talked about, Benny have higher aspirations. We love to see that too, but like that's not for everybody. And like if you I love to see people doing it for the love and then the community of it and like building with is beautiful to see, right? And so like in that room that night, that's what was there. You know what I mean? Just people. And Ransom's been in the game for a long time, bro.
Desert Storm vibes.
And kind of disappeared and came back, and now he's got this whole new energy behind him.
Can I say that was the happiest I've ever seen Ransom?
Ever.
You know what I mean?
Brother said I don't even like people, but I'm here with the people. I dig it. Shout out to you, Ram.
You know what I'm saying? I guess like for me,
He's
it's
an
like,
expert.
yo,
He's an expert level.
he
Technician.
raps on expert,
Technician.
on Madden, Hall of Fame, whatever level you want to call it,
Yeah.
and it's easy for him.
Yeah.
But it's like, again, like for me, it's just seeing the vision, believing in the vision, and seeing the shit come together. That was what it was for me. Like you can't tell me shit. I've had a lot of ideas, and certain things took off, certain things didn't take off. But like being with my guys, telling y'all, I think we could do this shit, and starting to actually do it. That's what it is for me. Like not even a success or whatever, just the idea, the birthing of the idea,
Started
and
from
seeing
nothing.
it through.
Started from the
We're
bottom.
just 2 months short
Like for real.
of you looking Rome in his eyes and saying, you next.
Facts.
You're out of here. We see it. You're out of here. And here we are in October. He's on Griselda.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? You called
Zelda.
it.
That's crazy.
Complex is
Inspiring.
covering him. Crazy.
Passport is next
Next
too,
year,
bro.
you might
Yeah.
see me at the Rock Nation brunch.
Holla at your boy. Listen,
You might
y'all,
see us there too.
we not trying to flex. It's just all four of us as a collective appreciate the work and the success. It's like you build a garden, you put the soil, you get the seeds, whatever the fuck, and you see the shit grow. That's what it's all about. It's not about flex. It's about
Working.
and not
to
working for
everybody.
not.
And
Shout out
being
to
man,
everybody
and
who's
being
working
proud of your
towards
work,
something.
bro.
Yeah.
All right, real quick before we get into some hip hop news, like we talking about it, we were all in the room. What were our takeaways from Coup de Grâce? Like, I'll say real quick for me, I think the album is fire.
Beautiful.
You know what it was? I was concerned. I'll say, you know when you in a room or you watch a movie the first time and it seems fire, you leave the movie theater, this shit is amazing, then you watch it at the crib and it's like, it wasn't as good as I thought it was. You know what I'm
The
saying?
people around
movie
you
right.
and like,
Right.
Spiced it up.
yeah.
The
Right.
speakers, the lights.
Like when I saw The Dark Knight Rises at the movie theater, you couldn't tell me shit. I watched it on HBO. I was like, there's some flaws in this movie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I was concerned after the hype of being in that
being
space.
in the room,
Yeah.
drinking, smoking,
What
getting the
shit-
vibes.
I didn't even know I was high that night. You know what I mean? I was clapped.
You can't help but be out,
Bro,
man.
I walked into I got on the elevator, it was a fucking cloud. You know what I'm saying? I listened to the tape and I was like, oh shit, this is actually as good as I thought it was that night.
Oh God.
I felt even if they didn't admit it, there was competition between those two
Yeah,
rappers.
definitely.
They were raising the ante with the bars. They were trying to be the most rapidy rap niggas possible.
But that's
Bar
what it's
for- that's what it's
supposed to be.
supposed to
Yeah,
be.
that's
That
what
is
it's
a fact.
supposed
You know, my homeboy said he didn't like the production. He felt like it wasn't nothing too crazy.
Who?
Yo, I'm not gonna put his name on it. I'm not putting his name on wax.
Who is said homeboy?
Name
him. Who
That
are
beat
you? Where
on
you
No
at?
Remorse.
Bro, I
just-
thought the shit was fire.
I tweeted today. I'm like, I want to punch a hole
Yo,
through a heavy
we need
bag
you in the
when I hear
comments,
that
homeboy.
beat.
For real, bro. You got it.
When I hear that beat,
Show yourself.
like,
You
I
got
wanna,
yourself Voldemort.
I feel like Rocky.
Shit,
Yo, put it this way, he's Bizarro you.
Yeah.
He's a rap snob on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like the day y'all get together, I'm not even gonna talk. I'm just gonna watch. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
crazy.
the tape was what we heard that night. The bars were what we heard that night. There was, I forgot the name of the song right now, but there was a verse where Rand kept the same rhyme scheme for the whole entire verse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck got into this nigga?
I want to say it's Pray for the Weak.
No.
It was
I
late in
think-
the album.
No, I think it was Dark Love.
Dark. Yes.
It was Dark
Yes.
Love because I remember because Rome just went completely off. Like it wasn't like he was already going off on like every song, but there was something about how the way he went off on Dark Love that was just that I was like, yo, you really reached another level.
And then here comes
Rand comes, and it's like, oh word,
Wow, bro.
I bet.
That's crazy, bro.
I got
And-
something for you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Claudine, though. Claudine is a standout for me. That story
Shout out
record.
to
Story
Shay
song,
Noir,
right?
man.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's a Shay.
Stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
We need you on the pod, Shay.
well, she's.
We behind you in that in your IG too, girl.
Come
That's
through.
me and that's me in the
Yo,
Zorro hat looking
The
wavy,
same person
girl.
who said he didn't like the beats was the same person who sent me the IG clip.
Wow.
I was like, oh shit, I'm on camera. You know what I mean? But yo, I love the tape. I'm gonna listen to it a few more times before we do like a whole comprehensive
Facts.
review.
Yeah.
But it was what I thought it was.
Yes.
In the moment, and
Yes.
I'm appreciative of that. To hip hop news, I'm guilty. We had a topic about the Conway the Machine, Hove, and Jadakiss record. I didn't get to listen to that. I was busy.
Boo.
The point guard didn't get to listen. I was working. What do you want from me? I got a job.
Boo yourself.
I'm gonna boo myself.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Deanie and Sincere got the tap in. Rav, did you get the tap into that joint with Hove? Conway?
King Kong
I saw
Riddim.
like the clip, like for a movie, right?
So I'm not.
Yeah.
So I'm not alone. That's good. Sincere, here you go.
Can I go first,
You
bro?
can go first.
Go ahead.
Shit is wild mid, mo.
What?
Wow, man. I mean,
Wow, bro.
mid, bro.
That's
like
crazy, bro.
the most midiest of mid in mid guard, bro. It's mid.
Mid-guard.
I've never heard such a mid Jada verse. I've never heard such a
bro.
mid Ho verse.
That's crazy,
and I've
bro.
never heard such a mid. Bro, the beat is mid. It's mid guard, bro. We're on Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Midi.
Whoa.
I thought we were dealing with plugins.
bro.
This MIDI.
That's
Hold
crazy,
up, hold
bro.
up, hold up, hold up.
Sin looks fucked up
I'm
right
being-
now.
I'm being mean or I'm
hold
being-
hold up. You're absolutely right.
Oh.
MIDI.
You're absolutely
I
right.
didn't get nothing
bro.
from the song.
I agree with you like 100%.
Not
And
one
it's-
quotable.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say it was very underwhelming, man. Like,
Very.
Well, that
And
explains
no.
a lot because the internet didn't say shit
well,
about that song.
You know what it
Nothing.
feels like? It feels like a corporate record. It feels like an industry record where it's like, yo, we want you, Hove, Jadakiss, and first of all, even before I get into that, shout outs to Conway, because again, like this podcast has existed through the Griselda come up, right? And to see Conway on a record with Hove and Jadakiss, amazing. Just
Beautiful.
off the strength of that,
On the song.
amazing. But the song itself, and it's not any fault of the artist
It's
on
not.
the song. It's the beat. It's the beat because it feels like there was like, yo, we have the movie soundtrack. We want you on this record. You know what I mean? Hove's on it, Jadakiss is on it. Obviously, Conway's gonna be like, yeah, of course I'm gonna. But then it just feels like, all right, here's the record, and they play it, and then by that point, it's like, all right, I already signed on to do this song, and they sounded as uninspired as I felt listening to it.
I can't
it's
even
not-
say it's whack because it's not whack. It's not like you can't listen to a song and point out like that's whack. That's whack. It's not like it's just so it's just nothing there, bro.
It's just there.
It's just like
It's just there.
It's a rice cake.
Wow.
That's what it is. It's-
Wow.
It's just there.
That's crazy.
Again,
And I love all three of those dudes.
shout out to Jay and Jada.
I thought at least
and
Hov would
Conway.
give me something.
They didn't want to just call Derringer for a beat and just say fuck it.
It would've
go
been way
crazy.
better, bro.
To get those artists, it needed to be more of an event.
Event.
And I feel like somebody
Thank
just
you, Sin.
through here's the beat. And
So
it was just there.
basically it
Uninspired.
was name recognition carrying the record.
Yeah.
Uninspired, bro.
You see how the world works. I wasn't supposed to hear that shit. That's what happened there.
I was like,
You know
can
what I'm
I at least get a quotable bar? I can at least take from the record. I can just take
Did you
it
get
with me.
Did you get an IG caption at least?
Nothing, bro.
Damn it, man.
Nothing. I was very shocked.
Well, I didn't hear it, so I can't say anything. I can't even put the whole cape on like I normally do at this table, so I'm just gonna move on to the next topic. N.O.R.E said in '98 there was a time. Well, matter of fact, no. N.O.R.E said he was the hottest rapper in 1998.
Yeah, he didn't say a time in 90. He said all
Right.
of it.
I tried to throw him the life preserver.
There was a 2-week span where
Hey, listen. N.O.R.E, I don't fully agree, but there was some time in '98 where you were indeed the hottest rapper in the world.
definitely
But to say you were the hottest rapper for 12 months?
indefinitely.
Absolutely not.
No, but let's break it down. Let's break it down though.
N.O.R.E, N.O.R.E stand for niggas on the run.
that was
Ian.
prime.
That was
Hov
my shit.
And Prime X though.
Let's break it down. Like the year, like month by month. Well, I mean not the full 12 months, but N.O.R.E comes in hot off of War Report
Yep.
in
Yes.
97.
97.
Right? Blood Money, you know what I mean? TONY, all of that,
Mm-hmm.
right? More undergroundish, more, street
Boom
shit.
bap.
You know what I
Real
mean?
boom bap.
Right. But then he gets on the Firm album near the end of 97, right? And he has a song on there, I'm Leaving. That shit was ringing off everywhere in New York. That shit was ringing everywhere.
N.O.R.E was lit.
Right? And then that carries into 98, and then his album comes out in, what was it? Like May? It was like May.
It was a summer energy. Definitely.
Yeah, it was like
summer.
it was like May. So that energy coming in from 97 to 98, all right. But DMX came out also in May. Pun came out the month before in April.
I think
And then
N.O.R.E was
Hov-
hotter than Pun in '98.
Hotter,
still not
bro.
a player?
Hotter.
Still not a player?
I think N.O.R.E. was hotter than
Ben
Pun in
from
'98,
TV?
bro.
NORE niggas on the run.
Still not a player in
what,
Twins?
bro?
Still not a player in Twins? wasn't ringing off everywhere.
They're from TV, God.
Yo, Still Not a Player was getting was
Beautiful
playing like
record.
every
Shout out to Minnesota
15
Money
minutes. And then Twins was playing, like Flex was throwing that joint like every night out, every hour on hour.
But Super Thug,
Super Thug was everywhere,
I know Super Thug.
It was
Super Thug
number
was out
one
here.
in the country.
But
It was number one on Billboard.
this is what I'm saying. This is my point. You can
Just take the
we can go
pun
back
cape
and
off,
forth.
bro.
No. We could go back and forth between N.O.R.E. and Pun, but then it's like Hove came out in September, and then DMX dropped twice in May and November.
No, he had summer though. Cause no, that was I think July and September.
Yeah,
those
but
records.
Hard Knock Life was still circulating
That's
before
true.
the album dropped.
That's true.
N.O.R.E. had a calm 2 weeks.
He had, I said,
You know what I mean?
13 days. We'll give him 13 days.
Yo, Rav, you.
I'm not gonna lie. I was fascinated with getting head in the whip
Without crashing it.
when N.O.R.E. came
There
out.
you go. He set a trend with that.
Fascination. Like
There you go.
I had to do that to become a man.
Monster
I had
Code
to
8,
get head in the
regulated
whip
like
without
OJ.
crashing.
N.O.R.E. was the essence of 90s rap, where you didn't have to be wild
Yo,
nice.
you did.
You needed a persona, a certain kind of delivery,
Yo.
and you could get away with a lot of shit in 98. The bars wasn't there. There were enough.
Yeah.
But again, N.R.E., N.O.R.E. stand for niggas on the run eating. That shit was moving. Super Thug was moving.
wanna
My bad.
smoke
He
mad
came,
trees.
N.O.R.E.'s album came out in July, so it was.
I'm telling you, that's summer,
It was
bro.
summer energy. Yeah.
N.O.R.E. had a couple of weeks, bro.
He did.
I remember watching.
did.
Remember when BT had the countdown Friday night? Super Thug was number one a couple times
Remember
on
the
that
video?
countdown. The video was crazy.
In
Did
the
it come out the
desert?
same week as Cameron's first album?
In the
It was
Philippines?
It was like
He got
We
a
didn't
mansion?
care. We didn't care. No offense. You know I love you,
come
Killer.
on.
But
Horse and Carriage.
we didn't care.
Ghost of was tough though.
Super Thug.
But Super
Yeah.
Thug was everywhere, bro.
N.O.R.E.'s not wrong, but he's not right. That's my take.
lot of people's introduction to the Neptunes.
Here
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's hit the ding for that. N.O.R.E., you wasn't the hottest for the whole year 98. You were one of the hottest, and you had a 2-week window between the heavyweights.
He gave people their respect.
But you were that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, I say
13
that.
days, baby. That's all you need.
13 days. You're being disrespectful. Somehow that
love
feels
N.O.R.E.
disrespectful, bro. 25 years since one of the best albums, arguably the best album, to come out of the Wu-Tang camp, dropped. Tony Stark's, Raekwon, Ironman. 25 years? We're washed, fam.
Yo,
Arguably the best though?
Arguably.
Hell no.
You can't put it up there?
Cuban
heard-
Links?
I've heard people say it.
You would put it above Cuban Links?
I wouldn't.
I
I've
didn't
heard
say.
people-
See, I said
That's what
arguably.
But I feel like that's not an argument though. Cuban Link or
Bro, Dini, move, bro. Go ahead, Sen.
36 Chambers?
Go ahead, Sen.
Nah, I just want to celebrate not just Iron Man but Ghostface Killer in general.
Amazing.
Because when the Wu first came out, and shout outs to the Wu-Tang Saga show on Hulu. If y'all ain't checked it out, y'all sleeping, go check that out. It's fire. Yeah, I mean when the Wu first dropped, obviously people had their picks about like who their favorites were. Like Meth was the star, ODB was like the crazy one. And then Raekwon came out with Cuba Links. All of a sudden, Raekwon's everyone's favorite because he dropped like an undeniable classic. Jizza was like Thinking Man's MC. Liquid Swords was fire. And somehow lost in all of that was, I feel like he was kind of lost in all of that, Ghostface. Even though, he had like half of Cuba
Longevity,
Links.
though.
But, and then he drops Iron Man. And I love the album, but I feel like by 96,
What's a lot going on in 96?
96 a lot going on. Nas and Jay-Z.
Biggie dropped.
Biggie's
He's around.
building up to drop. He's around.
West Coast heavy.
West Coast, yeah. And the sound started changing around 96, 97 a little bit. So I almost feel like Iron Man sort of got kind of lost in the mix at the time, right? But when you go back to it and you listen to it side by side with
Fire.
Liquid Swords and Cuba Links and RZA wasn't just a different kind of zone, different kind of bag. Like Iron Man is just straight through fire. It's a classic. You know what I mean? You can't have songs like 260, Poisonous Darts, Fish,
500.
Daytona 500. Motherless Child, All I Got Is You. Like, you can't overlook that sort of catalog. You know what I mean? Bro, that album is incredible. And the thing I think also the thing is that like his next album, Supreme Clientele, people then said,
let me go
that's
back.
really
I'm telling you,
his
magnum
classic.
opus, yeah.
And people go back and forth between it, but like that again, that Wu-Tang energy on
Listen.
Iron Man, and I'm sorry, when Daytona 500 first dropped, when I first heard it,
you about to take my take.
Crazy.
bro, go ahead. I'll give you the ISO. Go ahead.
No, basically what you about to say, and it's the thing, when Daytona 500 dropped, that was a moment, bro.
It was.
People were anticipating that. They were anticipating the video. They were anticipating Ghostface Killer going solo, dropping this joint. And again, the rapping, the beat, like, fam, there's nothing more 1996 than Daytona 500,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that song has aged gracefully. I could put it on right now, and I don't feel like it's dated.
I was
It's a
bumping it last
headbanger.
night.
You know what I'm saying?
Headbanger.
Like, people, you know what? Hip hop, I'll say, they kind of front on Ghostface as far as his discography goes. They don't call him a GOAT. They don't call him a great, whatever the fuck. But really and truly, he's one of the best to ever do it.
Which
Ever.
now, if we can come back to me, because that was gonna be my next point, which is to me, Ghostface, personally, me speaking, this is me.
Say that shit, bro.
The
Say
rap
that
snob.
shit. Say that
Top
shit.
5. He is a top 5. He's in my personal top 5.
Bro.
Top 5?
That's
Top
crazy.
5.
From the rap snob?
He's been saying this for years, though. So
No,
I
we gotta
confirm.
understand.
Iron Man.
I know.
Supreme
He's talk to him,
Clientele.
Joff.
The 5 that's surrounding
I know.
Ghostface are elites.
Fish
I know.
Scale. Pretty Tony album. Bulletproof Wallets.
Ghost Dini was entertaining.
More Fish is good too.
More Fish,
Fish.
which was like it was like cutting room floor from Fish Scale, but still so fire.
And just dropped, what's that song? Motivation. What's the song he dropped recently? When he had the white face on, that was hard.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name of it. but
And the
I'm-
funny thing about Ghosts is that, again, you go back to the early Wu, it was clear that Meth was supposed to be that guy. Meth doesn't have the career that Ghost has as a solo act. You know what I'm saying?
Ghost has crazy
not the
longevity,
discography,
bro.
no. Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to Ghost.
Shout out to Ghost, bro.
Shout out to Iron Man.
We the
25
old head
years.
pod right now, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ghost. Like, yo, Rav, talk to us, bro. Like, I hear you chiming in. Was Ghost one of those people on your list?
I'm not gonna lie. I think that goes back to earlier what I said with that whole something to prove thing, right? So I feel like Ghost, MF Doom, and Sean Price is kind of like they've been in the game for a while, but like they had like that second wind where it's like they had something to prove. Because it's like, for me, Ghostface wasn't my favorite Wu-Tang member growing up. As a kid,
Meth?
it was Inspector Deck.
Deck.
I
Shit.
mean, as a producer, rapper, RZA, of course, but like Inspector Deck on some bars.
Deck used to annihilate
was a
beats.
beast, bro.
I mean, some of those classic
Filthy.
verses, you know, and like Meth was
Atomically.
supposed to be like the star, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like he was the star of that time, and then like to see Ghostface just keep nope, like
Yeah.
I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. Like just keep putting these great projects of work out, you know. I'm just like, it's crazy, it's insane, you know. It's like it doesn't matter how long you've done it or what age you are or whatever. If you have something to prove in you, then you know.
And the record's called Conditioning.
And then he just has such a knack for visually, it was like he was spitting visuals, you know what I mean? Like whatever he was seeing in his mind, like you see it with him when he's rhyming. And not everybody has that gift, you know what I mean? So
Bro, I
Yeah.
hated Pumas as a kid, bro. And he had that one line, yo, fuck that. Look at all these crab niggas laid back, limping up and wearing black Pumas on my man's rack. And I just remember that line like, they would have been on my rack forever too. I hate
Bro, this nigga had a fucking eagle on his
Hold on.
forearm,
Yo.
bro.
yeah,
Like,
that's the other thing. The persona that he built for
with the
himself.
robe.
With the robes,
Do-rags.
the eagle, the
Shout out
mask.
to Ghost Dini, man.
Yo, shout out to Ghost, one of the best to ever do it. In my top 5. It is what it is.
applaud that man, Ghostface Killer. Listen, and it's like, you know what's funny when you get older, because you gotta think about it, a lot of us were kids when Wu dropped. When you go back after realizing that Ghost was nice, then you go back and listen to all the old Wu shit, in his early shit, you'd be like, oh shit, this nigga been this the whole time.
He was
Killing
killing
it, you know what I'm
on
saying?
a Wu Forever album. He was doing damage, bro.
He ain't just show up one day and get nice. This nigga been that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel I was just too young to really understand
Right.
like what he was even talking about.
about.
Like,
It took
he was
a while.
on metaphor on top of metaphor
Yeah.
type shit. Like,
I wish Ghost was up. You know what? But then again, if Ghost would have been too much of a star, then we wouldn't have got the albums we got. He'd have felt the pressure to do commercial
Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Shout out to Ghost. He's an act that I feel deserves the flowers that he still probably doesn't get enough of.
One of the great. Nah, he's still in there as far as the greatest tandems.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
as far as like
Right.
to me, it's him.
The white people love
Ray
that
and
that
Ghost,
fucking
and then it's like
Cuban Links album.
Jada and Styles P. To me, that's really the two best back and forth duos.
All right, so let me ask you. If you had to pick SP and Kiss or Ghost and Ray.
Uh-oh.
I'll probably go with Kiss and SP. That's a lot. That's
agree with that?
There's 3 guys in the group compared to 9 guys in the group. They spend more
Ghost-
time together.
We talking
probably
about
than
as
anybody.
tandem.
Ghost
As
and Ray.
tandem?
two man back and forth. I mean, they're the best to do it.
But they got 2 men back and forth albums though. That's the thing though.
I'm going with Ghost and Ray, bro.
You are?
Because they have
They
a
got
classic
albums.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have classic records.
Cuban
Kiss and
Links.
Styles P.
Although,
Yeah,
right.
Cuban Links
Yeah.
I
and
feel
Iron
like
Man.
culturally, like,
They've never made a. They've never done that. Why have they never done that?
they don't need to because they got joints. Man, this is tough. I'm going to go Ghost and Ray. But if you, again, y'all pick that, you notice I ain't pushed back.
Yeah, I did.
You know what I'm saying?
I loved it.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Either
You can't.
or.
That's a
You
fact.
can't.
Shout out to SP. SP one of them. And
For real.
who needs more flowers?
That's a fact.
We
Dead
gotta
ass,
have to
man.
deliver SP's flowers.
I was
one day.
late on SP.
SP was the one who made Dave East tolerable for
Oh
me
my
personally.
God, that album was beautiful.
What I do?
No, nothing, man. Go ahead.
What I
Keep
do?
speaking your truth, man.
Yo, Drake, let's go modern before some of the young fans, you know what I mean, they tune out.
Shout out to Mace. This is. I wish you were here for this, Mace.
Mace, what's good,
That's
family?
a fact.
Cause they about to go 2-1 on the rack on me, bro.
So, we not about to do none of that, bro. Hey, you already got the cape on, nigga?
I'm just gonna ask.
God
Are you a
damn,
fan of
son.
Eminem? Passport
I
rap.
was
You was
as a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was his
You know,
album.
I grew up in Jersey, and I grew up in Essex County specifically, and like Eminem, like according to Essex County, that's where he honed in and like really got nice from fucking
Yeah,
with
with
the
the
outsiders.
Outsiders. Yeah.
So it's like I had the Slim Shady EP like when he was still an upcoming rapper. You know what I mean? I had a homie who had like the
So you
Slim
knew the
Shady.
vibes.
I knew I knew all that Slim Shady Eminem shit like early '90s shit. I was like a kid listening to it. So yeah, for sure, it's like early Eminem's like
Beastie.
great. Yeah.
So,
for sure,
Sin,
like-
he posted something about Eminem that I'm going to pass the ball to you and get out the way.
You gonna make me do this?
Hey, I'm always the bad guy here.
Yo. There's 2 things where like.
And we gonna save the album shit.
Oh, we gonna save
Let's talk
it.
about M first.
Okay.
Oh shit.
All right. So Drake was on record through one of his stories on IG, I think. He posted a picture of Eminem. I guess he was watching Eminem perform on his TV or whatever. And the caption read, "Man, this guy is underappreciated."
Let's hear it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm ready.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about, Aubrey? Like,
What the fuck?
out of all people, there's so many artists
To big up.
in the underground. There's so many artists working their way up. There's so many artists that you could be like, yo, this guy really doesn't get enough flowers. And out of all those artists, M is the one they land on.
Let's shine more light.
Yeah,
Shine more light.
Why not say, hey,
More
Benny?
light.
I think Benny's up next.
Bro, like
Conway's up
Eminem
next.
underappreciated?
Passport Rav is up next.
I don't know, man.
Roundtable's up next.
Come on, son. We got so many options.
Ding, ding, ding.
So many people he could have gone with, and he was like, oh man. And I don't know, like I feel now like, I guess because people like the people that kind of feel like how we feel about Eminem's like later the material from later in his career.
Trash.
and now
Don't hold back, Job.
right and
When have I ever?
But how he still touted and like white America will say, yo, Eminem is the best rapper of all time, clearly because he's the best technical rapper, and
That's what ruins everything.
yeah. It's like- and I don't know. I guess those voices are, getting louder.
Right.
And now I feel like there's like a pushback where people like really feel like now Eminem is like underrated.
Because the hood don't listen to him.
It's fucking crazy to me.
Fam,
Well, people don't mention him like they
there's
don't, he doesn't get
there's
mentioned.
still a subset of who matters in hip hop, bro. There's still
He matters.
You know what I'm saying? No, I mean like your one perspective on hip hop might be more valid than like 10 outside white dudes that don't know hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So the people that matter in hip hop, to them, are not giving him the props. That's what they say. The people who listen to hip hop like you,
Right.
who are tapped in.
Right.
The people who are tapped in don't respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why they feel some type of way.
Listen,
You know?
Aubrey.
Aubrey, Drakington.
Of all the people
Drake.
you could have picked M. Listen,
Come
M,
on, man.
if you, depending on who you ask, they'll say M is the GOAT. He doesn't need you to co-sign him.
At all, bro.
Jeez.
Aubrey, come on, son. Yo, I'm disgusted.
That's wild, bro.
Listen, M, early
That
M.
was his. That was his white side talking.
Oh, wow.
man.
That was
Wow,
his white half
bro.
talking. That's what
That's
it was.
crazy.
Aubrey,
You're
that was
being
racial. Come on, son.
Hey,
Listen,
I'm wrong.
Eminem, the first couple of albums, fire. All-time great shit. Modern Eminem, I don't want anything to do with it. Eminem makes mall music. When you're in Macy's, trying to shop,
Elevated
Nordstrom's, Kmart, motherfucking Target, Eminem makes music for those places.
What did Sensei to two Trailer Park Girls go
Yo.
around here outside?
Imagine that coming out on a
bro.
versus.
hate you,
That's
Sid.
crazy.
Disrespectful.
Out of
Nah,
line.
also, real quick, because I read this tweet. It was a while ago actually, but I just like it just popped in my head now. Like somebody was saying how like imagine if Eminem dropped an album or a project, but then he enlisted like everybody's favorite like underground or like quote unquote boom bap producers like Derringer and Alchemist and I'm thinking about it and I'm like, number one, M is just I don't think he's even capable of making that move. I don't think he's capable of it. Like he's not like it's not even like in his realm of thinking right now. And second, if he did, would Eminem be able to like circle back to the Slim Shady days back in the day to really
lost
like
that.
go in on some of those beats? I don't think he has it in him anymore.
He
Like
lost
he's so far removed from that. And again, like not to get racial, but it's like you know what I mean when you're super rich and white and now like you're not a part of. You have no connection to that upbringing that you had with like the Outsiders and
think he's
what
been-
was his group?
he's been richer.
Allow me
You know what I
to
mean?
push back here.
Uh-oh.
All I'm saying is, because there's gonna be people say, he's white. What do you keep saying that for? Jay-Z's super rich and black. Nas, richish and black. You know what I'm saying? Well, what does the race have to do with it? Maybe he's just rich.
No,
to
but-
that you say what?
Well, because when you're rich and white, you're gonna be around other rich white people, but you have nothing. There's nobody to keep you
There's
grounded.
no connection to the essence.
Yeah, there's nobody to keep you grounded to like what you came up with. Like with Hove, he's got family, he's got childhood friends. You know what I mean?
You don't think
he has reminders.
He has
You don't think he still has
reminders.
barbecues
You know what I
with
mean?
B12 and
Like
all that?
you can't. There's people that disconnect to their blackness, but like Hove's not doing that. Nas is not doing that.
Right.
But Eminem, you know what I mean? Like he's ascended to his full, all powerful white self. You know what I mean? Like this.
Come on, son. Sin.
Wow, bro. That's crazy.
What are you
bro.
doing here?
All right, I'll chill.
You just went off the rails.
All right.
Uppercut.
I'll reel it in.
Nah, speak your truth. It's your show, nigga.
I'll reel it in.
Do we even need the lawn? It sounds like he's
might
already
not.
planting the fucking
But
tulips over
I'm
here.
looking forward to it. I tell you that much.
Jesus Christ. Well, I want to save this topic for Rav. So we'll skip over and come back to it once he gets back. In the meantime, NBA Youngboy, I think he's out of jail. I don't know. Deanie, this is your pocket. Shout out to Mace. Yeah, you can talk about this because I don't follow NBA Youngboy news. I don't know anything about
First
this
of all, I just want to say shout out to NBA Youngboy for being the third artist ever to have a #1 album while being behind bars, bro. The only others have ever done it was Pac and Lil Weezy.
Talk about it.
It's a big deal. Shout out to you. After doing his 7-month lockup, he's back home on the streets, and there's a lot of stipulations behind him actually being home, though.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So there was a list posted. Let's run down this list real quick. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in order to stay home,
looking in his phone and shit.
In order to stay home, he must be under 24-hour arrest in Utah, electronic location monitoring, travel restriction to Baton Rouge and parts of Utah and California. No more than 3 visitors could be in his home at a time. All visitors must be approved by the judge. No visitors between 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. Can't break any laws. Can't possess any firearms. Can't use any narcotics not described by a doctor.
Wow.
The man's basically home, but still in jail, bro.
My question to you will be, is he free?
Not right now. Definitely not right now. I mean, you're never free till the actual probation's over and you're actually able to live your life. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, he's home, which I think is better than being in the cell.
Okay.
So I'd rather be locked up in my house than locked up in the cell.
I mean, on that front, I don't really listen to the kid's music. It's not slander. I'm just not tapped into.
It's a younger
Youngboy.
man's game.
But as far as a black man being in jail, as opposed to being home, I'm taking home 10 times out of 10.
Oh God.
So salute to NBA Youngboy for being home. I don't really like the rules and everything, the regulations surrounding him being home. It just seems like it's a farce. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You can't have too many people around you. It's like, are you really home?
Are you home?
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he's not in a cage
is a better deal.
It's a win.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sin has anything to add to that. If not, we can move on, you know?
No.
You know what I mean? Meek,
Shout saying being
Welcome to the man being home. That's pretty much
there
it.
you go. I wanted to get Passport Rav's take on this. You know what I'm saying? Throw them headphones on, bro. Lock back in with us. Meek Mill talked about going to war with record labels and
hate to see it.
Basically, his general gist is these people sign these deals and they don't really see any money after their advance. Things that we already know. But for Meek Mill, a person who's tapped in Rock Nation, a guy who seems to be a success in this industry, to say that he hasn't made any money from a record label is kind of eye-opening.
Talk to them.
As an artist, I'd like to get your perspective before we give our takes. Hearing Meek Mill say that, what was your opinion? What do you feel about that? What are your experiences with that?
Well, I mean, I've never had a major deal.
Okay.
But I assume, the money that they basically loan you, you have to pay it back somehow. And it's
Emphasis
like
on
you
loan.
get endorsement deals and you get side deals that you've made millions on, I'm sure. That he's made millions on, like the endorsement deals and just the branding of him being at the brand. But, it's believable. It's believable that, like, he probably didn't make much off of, make anything off of the streaming and the, the actual music sales. Because, I mean, that's the major label thing where it's just like you get the bigger marketing budget, you get the bigger brand behind you, and you get, like, that machine behind you. But it comes with a cost.
Right.
And I think, I don't know, I'm like, are people delusional out here? Do you really think, like, you're going to get all of that
and not have to pay it back?
Yeah, or just, like, something in return. Either you already have something built to that degree or you're going to pay that shit back.
So what I'm getting is, you weren't surprised when you heard me talk about that.
I was kind of surprised.
Oh.
Because, I don't know, I MMG and just, like...
Thank you.
I just thought, like... that was the rapper's label to be on.
There you
It's
go.
just like you sign MMG. It's just like
family.
Ross is a spitter and it's just
and a businessman,
and definitely a great businessman. So it's like I don't know. I'm not gonna say I know what exactly is going on that side of things, but I did assume that like that's the place to be.
Right.
I mean, under a rapper, a CEO rapper who's like trying to really feed his artists, which what I assumed.
put him in position to
I
be
don't
successful.
know. I mean, I don't know. Speaking from a fan's perspective,
But
at
that
the end of the day.
Yo,
He's like, I
Deanie.
got a future.
But I
We should
think-
chill.
I think that's always how they present themselves, and then it never really happens that way. It never pans out that way.
The
You know what I
question
mean?
is, did Meek get a
Puff,
slave
Baby,
deal?
Jay-Z,
Did he get a
Rick
slave deal?
Ross. I don't know.
Did he get signed for a whip in the chain?
I don't know. But
What do you think, Deanie? You seem like you plugged in on this topic, bro.
Fam, my thing is this. Meek Mill will be the last person we think will be suffering out here from this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Talk your shit, Jarvie. Yo, and that's another thing I was talking about a few pods ago. Like, the family aspect of this hip hop shit is kind of sad because it set the precedent where it's like, you know, if it's really a family vibe and it's a family vibe, live it like a family vibe, man. Meek would be the last person. Well, then again, if Lil Wayne could go through it, anybody's subject to get cooked, bro. At the end of the day. Because there's no way Meek Mill relationship with Ross is anything like it is with Lil Wayne and Baby, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if he's able to get scorched, anybody's able to get scorched. But I did not think from the MMG aesthetic, everything is big money, lavish. That we fart money, you know what I'm saying? So I'm
Right.
figuring everything should be flowing in. He's talking about, Meek Mill's talking about exposing contracts. I'm like, is Meek Mill on the 360? Is Meek Mill on the slave deal? Because you know the 360 means even if you sell merch, somebody gets a part of the merch. You can't even sell the t-shirts without them getting a cut of the money. No touring.
You gotta do shit off the books.
And you can't do shit off the books. It's hard to when you a Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is Meek really suffering out here, Mr. Rolly?
Can I jump in here?
Talk to me.
I'm always a skeptic here. I feel like his album dropped. Can't call it a tape. It's an album.
You think Meek Mill ain't paying him because it's Dookie?
Nah.
I mean, you mean-
I was not. Relax.
Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm hyped.
I think that this was part of the promotion. Like, you know what? The momentum was starting to fade from his recent album.
Megan vibes?
We had a couple of days where there was a white dude in Cali who was mad about the album cover.
Talking about sisters and all
Right.
that.
I think that this was part of the promo. Like, I need to say in the news, I need to get clicks, I need this album to stream. So if I say that I'm getting jerked by, air quote, a label, right? This way I stay in the news and people go tap into my music. That's the skeptic in me. There's also another tier to skepticism where I look at a few months ago was talk about issues with Mailbag, where he was trying to get off the label.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Him and Ross had static. So I feel like this is feeding into that whole narrative. I honestly, if I could be completely real with y'all, I'm not buying anything Meek is saying. I think he's doing this strictly for clicks, strictly to stay in the news media, in the news cycle, to make sure that people think about Meek Mill, think about going on their phone and downloading the album on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, wherever the fuck is at.
So this
and
is a
tapping in.
this is a bad publicity, it's good publicity
I
situation.
think it's all promo. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? On the surface, of course it's true. Artists have a hard time making money when they sign to record labels. Again, what is it called? Industry rule
4,080.
There you go. We already know the vibe.
Shady.
But for Meek to say this after his album drops, after being around billionaires, Robert Kraft and the like,
Football
you're
vibes.
complaining about your record label when you're signed to Rock Nation and they get you placements everywhere. I have a hard
It's
time
weird, yeah.
listening to you complain about that type of shit. So I think it's all promo. Until proven otherwise, I believe it's promo. Sin, I know you're gonna bring us home.
So you know that there's that question going around like social media and like Twitter and stuff. Like, you know, like if you had a chance, would you like take $1 million or have dinner with Jay-Z?
Right.
Let it be shown, let it be known that Meek Mill has had plenty of dinners with Jay-Z and he's still getting jerked. And so
Yo, put the gun down, bro.
Wow, bro.
Put
That's
the gun
crazy.
down.
So take the money, y'all. Just take the money. But
take
also,
the cash.
like, I mean, I don't, you know.
Oh, quit catching strays, bro.
I think,
Wow.
no, but it's not a shot at Jay.
I'm
really.
drunk,
It's
but
not a
shit,
whole
man.
shot. It's more a shot at me.
It's
But,
more a hot shot at the money.
Yeah. But I don't think so. I guess the focus here is on like the record labels and what they're paying him or what they're paying out. But let it also be known that like these streaming servers in the streaming era, they not paying shit
Pennies.
on your streams.
The way it works is
fractions
crazy.
and fractions and fractions of
A cent.
on the penny,
Yeah.
right? The one that pays the best as far based on the graphic that I'm looking at right now on my phone is iHeartRadio out of all the DSPs.
That's crazy.
0.017 cents per stream. I'll say it again, not 0.17, 0.017.
So 7 cents. Points, a seventh of a cent. Damn it.
Even less than that.
Shit me.
So, you know what I mean? Your Apple Music, your Spotify's, they even worse than that. So, like, you know what I mean? These are like Rav was saying, like, artists today, like, when they sign a deal, a major label deal is, to see where they could branch off to, get paid elsewhere through tours and through merch and through all this other stuff, other endeavors. But yeah.
Your man got Bacardi commercials.
These streaming services ain't paying
We have
nothing.
an artist at the table. Let me ask you this. Are you more inclined to stay independent, or do you want the major label energy?
So yeah, it's funny. Like when I'm doing all the admin work and registration, and finding where my money is, and finding all these services that have money just hoarding, and like doing all this work, I'll be like, yo, I wish somebody would come in and help me. I wish somebody would step in and build this up and get the eyes that I feel I deserve. But at what price? You feel me? Like when Malcolm on Twitter was getting played on Sirius XM and getting those spins, I didn't have to pay no manager, I didn't have to pay no label. It was just like straight to me, and it was beautiful. You know what I mean? That like everything was handled already and like straight to me as an independent artist. But yeah, it gets disheartening when I don't have that major backing and that team and that, you know what I mean, that machine. When you don't have that machine behind you, it's tough.
It's a bit of a catch-22.
Yeah, so it's
Make
just,
you and break you.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse or what's, I don't know. But I guess the right situation, just building up to that point where a label will like give you what you deserve. But yeah. Most majors that when I find out like the situation, it's just like I don't want that. I'll be finding out. I'm just like I don't really necessarily want that.
So you lean independent, but you wouldn't mind a team, an infrastructure to make your life
help.
easier.
Yeah, I need help. It's like it's getting there. They say like you'll get a manager when you need one.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you really need one, like when the shit's getting booked and like people hitting the booking and all that. But I'm like right at that cusp where I'm like, the help would definitely get me over that hump.
Right.
But yeah.
The cost, man.
Yeah.
Pays the cost to be the boss.
Word.
Nas, speaking of boss moves, he's having a strong 2020.
Yes, sir.
The venture seemed to be hitting. He's finally starting to, have a lucrative career as a rapper. No shade, Sin. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Press it.
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about?
Finally having a lucrative.
Finally, it happened to me.
Bro.
He's wildin', bro.
Yeah, Sin. It's all yours. I'm
Demon time, bro.
Oh man, no. I mean, just shout out to another.
Nas wasn't a broke rapper.
Oh,
Nah.
come on.
You're turning down Bud Light commercials.
Wow, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Bro. So anyway, I mean,
Why Nas not a billionaire, bro?
He flexed on that.
Ain't Hov a billionaire?
He flexed on that song with Hov.
Jungle ain't doing film?
Never mind. On to the next topic. Fuck you, man.
Brotherly love, man.
Killing my vibe. God damn it.
Killed it. He homies your shit, bro.
He flexed on that song, and a lot of people didn't feel the bar, but he said, he was a cryptocurrency Scarface, you know what I mean? So he's dibbling and dabbling in that. He's still, doing the Hennessy endorsements, you know what I mean? He's doing all these moves.
Ring, not to get the ring cameras, major money.
Yeah, the ring cameras. He's
Masterclass.
He's got he's doing the masterclass.
Talk about
thing,
it, Sin.
where he's doing a masterclass on storytelling, which is desperately needed in today's day and age.
Good job.
What else? Sweet Chick. Shout out to Sweet Chick. And now
Raspberry
he's going
Jelly.
to take the director's chair on a documentary on Video Music Box. For you youngins out there.
Crazy.
You youngins out there that don't know about Video Music Box, go do the knowledge.
Ralph
go on your
McDaniels
YouTubes.
vibes.
Do your Googles. Video Music Box was so important to the culture. It didn't come on one of the regular channels, so you had to really find it. But Ralph McDaniels, always shining light on the hip hop culture, on the lesser known hip hop acts, giving a lot of hip hop artists in the 90s sometimes their very first platform. It was just it all around super important to the culture. Nas is always about the culture, always has the culture. Pushes the culture to the forefront. And so, through Mass Appeal, they're gonna put out a documentary on Video Music Box and Ralph McDaniels. Nas on his director's shit. Shout out to Nas, man, doing a lot of big things out here. Plus, back-to-back arguable classics.
Deanie, anything to add to that?
Shout out to Escobar, man. They used to look at you like you was the broke rapper. You know what I'm saying? They used to look at you like you was the second to Hove. But I see you doing major. Good job. I love it. But I see you doing major things, and you made great moves that have paid off. And you're well on your way, man. I hope to see you become the next rap billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Be up there with the Hoes and the Puffs, the Dre's. You know what I'm saying? And make it happen for New York City, for Queensbridge. Continue shining, keep making good music too.
That's a fact. Shout out to Nas for taking 30 years to figure out what Nas, with Hov and a few others figured out 10 years.
Fucking Christ.
Damn it, man.
Hey, listen, am I lying?
Cold-blooded.
Am I lying? Took this nigga 30 years to figure out what Hov figured out at 15.
Oh,
But you Nas fans on YouTube,
Oh my God.
on Twitter,
The liquor setting in, y'all.
on Instagram, I'm looking right at y'all. Tell me I'm lying. Huh?
Yo, we need y'all in the comments again, man.
I don't care. Y'all could jump me again. I don't care.
We need y'all to flame
because
this
this
guy,
time
please.
I'm right.
No
Please.
Giants hat this time.
It took you 30 years to figure out what Jay-Z did in 15.
Damn it, man.
I'm not going to
Cold-blooded.
ask Passport Rap to talk about that because you know what? You're going to be in this industry soon. You don't
make it, my
You don't want any clips. We come back and
You
talk
talking bad about people you might work with one day.
But I'm going to talk bad. Because it's not even about Nas. It's about you Nas
Listen.
fans. It's people like Sincere. It's
next-
people like y'all on the internet who act like Nas is Superman from Krypton.
We gotta settle this, man. We gotta settle this.
The Stillmatic episode coming soon.
Not right now. We approaching the final stage of this episode. We ain't got time to get into it now. But next month,
But what did I say, bro?
next
it took him
episode,
30 years. I'm
next-
lying.
next
Damn it,
month.
man.
Saying, am I lying?
Stillmatic, Ether, the 20-year anniversary.
Oh.
We gonna talk about it.
I'm boring, not the show.
Nashville nigga alive.
Bro, it didn't take him 30 years?
Hey, listen, I'm saving
20.
I'm
Stop
saving my ammo for next month.
What
man.
year did Illmatic drop?
Nah, man.
Oh, man. I hate
Damn
you.
it, man.
Next episode.
Hey,
I got the clip.
listen.
It's ready.
Cold-blooded.
You got the clip? I've been waiting for this episode for months.
Had this full clip for so
Listen,
long.
This
It
is
needs
the
to
life, it's the
empty.
life we live here.
We have reached the Mailbag portion.
It's a lot of history.
I don't have my 10 plus years of history here. But it's not one particular message I'm gonna focus on. The general gist of the Mailbag focused on Kendrick Lamar. We did our top 10 rappers right now. A lot of you motherfuckers missed the right now part. But the top 10 rappers right now, we focused on that on our last episode. A lot of people were either upset that Kendrick wasn't higher, but the large majority were upset that Kendrick was even on the list. So I don't have anything to say because, Deanie, you and I covered his
We did
position.
this, yeah.
Right? So Sincere, the only reason we put him on the list was out of respect for you. So to the people who have a problem with Kendrick only
Reluctantly.
being 10 on the top 10 list, you say what?
To him being only 10 or
Only-
him being
On the list altogether.
Okay. Kendrick is just that great, man. Yeah, it is what it is.
This nigga puts the cake
it
on.
is.
I'm
It
about
is.
to
It
say, you gotta
is.
do a
It
little
is
better
what
than
it
that.
is.
No objectivity, Sin?
It is what it is. When you have Good Kid, Mad City, and then To Pimp a Butterfly, and then the untitled, unreleased album. And then Damn, and then the Black Panther soundtrack.
Nigga, I could have had 4 kids in between the time he made the album, bro.
And then he disappears for a while, and then comes back with that verse on the Baby Keem record. That verse on the Baby Keem record, on top of everything that he's done for the music and the culture, he deserves at least a 10 spot. At least.
But you know what? I hear you. Sin. I hear you. I almost agree with you. My better judgment, I'll keep it a stack with you. I didn't want him on the list at all. I only agree because I knew you would have argued us down to put him on the list. But fair is fair, bro. He didn't belong on that top 10 right now, list, bro. He's not doing anything.
He's doing plenty.
You know what?
He's doing the album.
What is he doing?
We know he's doing the album.
What is he doing?
See,
don't know that,
y'all only base it on like what's out there.
Top 10 for what he could possibly do.
I feel the force. I feel it in the force.
But that's how you get placed.
I'm in tune.
You in tune.
I'm on some Jedi shit.
I'm with the force.
I don't feel like shit, bro. What the fuck?
I'm feeling it in the force.
Listen.
It's coming.
Listen.
And it's gonna destroy
got me
everything.
slurring my words.
This nigga's the
flying.
I feel it coming.
Listen. Sincere is not an objective at all person to talk to about this.
At all.
Fans of the Rap Roundtable, be clear. Mace, Deanie, and I would not have put Kendrick on the list at all.
At all.
Only because Sincere would have spent 2 hours telling us why he was on the list.
Because he had one really good verse in 4 years.
It's still in the force, man.
I hear you. Listen, the list is not permanent. If Kendrick drops, we'll amend the list. As of right now, he's number 10. And shout out to all the listeners who commented, who said, why is he even on the list? Shout out to y'all for having common sense.
We appreciate
Sorry,
y'all.
Sin.
Shout out to y'all, man.
We reached the point of the episode where, the rap snob has listened to us in our shit, especially shitting on Kendrick. No offense. Where, he has his tulips. He has his roses. He has his azaleas. His petunias. But it's at this point in the episode where Sincere asks us to please.
Yeah, man. I'm making short and sweet. I'm gonna need Drake to get off my lawn again. We talked about Drake earlier in the episode.
Shit.
Oh, you alright?
I'm good.
All right.
What the fuck, Deanie? This amateur hour at the Apollo, bro. What's going on?
That lean back Fat Joe shit was crazy. Proceed.
Yeah.
Bloopers.
Yeah. No. Drake needs to get off my lawn. So we talked about the his comments on Eminem and being quote unquote underappreciated. The fucking gall.
The gall.
But
I hate you.
But then there was this other thing. Apparently Drake was gifted a what is that? A Rolls Royce or a Bentley? One of them high-end cars.
An expensive car.
Yeah, a super expensive car, right? And so he was recalling a story about his early days when him and his crew used to go around in an earlier version of this Rolls because he used to rent it. He used to rent it and pay $5,000 a month for this rental, right? And to him, it was a story about like I'm manifesting it, and people need to see me in this, so they know that I'm gonna make it. The problem with it though is, and this is one of those things that is just so tone deaf, it's ridiculous.
Get your shit off, bro.
The way he worded it, he said, I used to somehow scrape together $5,000 a month for this car rental, right? And it's just one of those things where it's like, super rich people they're so out of touch, and they're so flagrant with the shit that they say, sometimes they don't even think about that shit. Like $5,000 a month, do the math, is $60,000. That's an average household income. You used to scrape together an average household income
on a car,
Drake, and then spend it on a car rental? Come on, bro. Come on. You got people really struggling out here, especially after COVID. And you want to get these fucking these pity points. Like, look at how I started off. Look how low I was that I had to scrape together $5,000 a month for this car to keep up appearances.
It's difficult scraping together $100.
Get the fuck, yo,
we used to scrape up money for Jordans.
You scraping together is for food, for shelter, for rent, to have a roof over your head. Wow. For clothes for your kid. That's things that are scraped together. You don't scrape together $5,000 a month, an average household income, for a fucking car rental. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get off my lawn.
Get the fuck off Sensei's lawn. Passport Rav, we appreciate you coming on this pod, bro. You showed us expert rolling skills. Those spliffs look like they're gonna be a fun time.
Yes, sir.
But before you go, we just need you to let us know, for the people who might not know who you are, where they can find you on social media, where they can tap into Passport Rav.
For sure. IG Passport_Rav, YouTube, Twitter, Passport Rav. Just check me out. I got the Beach Store, Beach Stars, License Lounge. Shout out to everybody that's supporting me. I got beats for sale, features. Check my music on all streaming platforms. What it sound like.
Shout out to Passport Rav.
Yeah, shout out to y'all for having me. I appreciate y'all, man. Real talk, man.
Absolutely, man.
Real
Thank you for coming too.
Didn't you take us home, fam?
Yo, I want to say shout out to super producer Josh in the background, looking wavy. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to Jav. NBA season is back. I need that gray area on fucking deck. You hear me?
I don't know.
Nah, I don't know nothing, nigga. It's NBA season. Baseball shit I might lack, but basketball, I need you on deck. Sincere.
Yes.
We listening to you right now, my brother.
Yes, we are.
By the way, Rav, this is his beat playing in the background. If you need beats,
nice.
I'm just saying.
Sounds like some classic,
You know what I'm saying? We listening
Appreciate
to Sincere
that.
right now. Sincere makes he's our in-house producer. He makes all the beats you hear on the pod. Everything you hear is fire. Don't get it twisted.
Got
Shout out
beats
to
on
Passport.
deck. Got my iPad with me.
Yeah.
My man
Let's
Passport
build.
Rav pulled up on us, graced us with this great interview, this great vibe, rolled some good doobies. You know how it goes. I am the balance of the force, Deanie. I am a little inebriated. I am slightly smacked.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm fucked up.
I'm slightly smacked, but I'm happy. I'm here with my brothers, man. Yo, tap in us, the Rap Roundtable. Check us out, Facebook, Instagram, your mother's house. We here. We out of here.
Yes, sir.